2006 Honda Accord, check engine light. Always something going on. So I got this OBD II scanner from a viewer. It's the YA201. It's kind of funny because I'd been looking to get one to troubleshoot the car, and this scanner seems to have a bunch of pretty neat features. So just gonna show it to you a bit. Comes with a cable. This cable is used to update the firmware, as these devices typically get powered by the CAN bus itself. So here's the scanner. Quite simple. Plug it in. We've got our display, USB at the bottom. Most importantly is that this comes with a little manual. Most of these things are pretty self-explanatory, but one thing I thought was kind of important here was when looking at this tool. Of course, we have some simple instructions, right? Turn the car on, but not start the engine, then plug in the tool, and then it will read the bus. So you don't want the engine running when you first get everything connected. The menus, bunch of basic stuff, but this has a live data display, which we'll take a look at. And also importantly here is we have some abbreviations, common abbreviations that I think are going to be pretty important because the display doesn't always list everything out in full. So not only can we view our codes, we can clear and erase the codes as well. And again, even more importantly is we have the actual breakdown of all of the abbreviations. So this is a pretty important document, I think, to be able to successfully read all of the codes coming from your system. And it has a I/M readiness display. So we're going to take a look at that, and it gives us again the abbreviations of exactly which is running well or isn't. So let's go out to the car, plug it in, and see if we can figure out why that check engine light is on. All right. Key is on, and we've got the scanner here, so let's plug this in. Kind of reaching down underneath here. Plugged in. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, we've got diagnosis, DTC lookup, battery, and settings. So let's go straight to diagnosis. So even in sunlight, this screen is legible, which I like. All right, it's detecting everything. DT status on. P0420. Catalyst system efficiency below threshold, bank 1. Right. Pending codes. Same thing. DTC lookup, loading data. Oh, here we go. Select brand. So even though these engine codes are kind of the same across brands, they might have slightly different meanings. Please enter the trouble code. Okay, so I got to remember what it was. P0420, I think it was. 420, 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 I think it was.
ISO SAE reserved. Let me go in and clear this code. Erase codes. Do you want to clear the trouble codes? DTC codes have been cleared, and sure enough, check engine light went off.
Okay, drove it around a little bit, and I'm trying to make some heads or tails of this data. So let me go back to so I've got my diagnosis. This is not a touchscreen, sorry. And it's going to come in here, detect everything, read it off of the CAN bus. Okay, we have some high-level information, which is great. Hit OK. I'm now at the diagnostic menu. I can read codes, erase codes. I have live data, freeze frame, vehicle info, I/M readiness, mode 6. I didn't read what that was. O2 sensor test and a component test. If we go to IM readiness, it's going to perform a quick check of some basic systems, and we can see that everything is good. The HCAT, that there's no, I guess, sensor indication for that, which is why it's gray. Looks like there's a problem with the EVAP system. The O2 system seems to be okay, which is good. So what I can do here is I'm going to go to live data, and it gives me all data stream, the ability to create a graph. I can record data and play it back. So let's do all data stream to see what it can fetch. We'll see what it can display in real time. And it tells us here, hold the OK button for 2 seconds to make the selected item in front. So that'll be useful in a bit. I'll show you. Okay, so now we have a long list of everything that it's reading. DTC, I've got the malfunction indicator lamp. It says it's off because it is not currently on. Some information about the fuel system, load percentage on the engine, ECT, that's the engine coolant temperature. This defaulted to metric, so this was in Celsius, but in the settings I was able to change it to standard, and I can get now this in Fahrenheit. I've got short and long-term fuel trim information. I don't know what those are really. I have IMAP, which is, oh boy, air pressure, RPM, vehicle speed sensor. I'm currently stopped on the side of the road, 0 miles per hour. Spark advance on the engine. That is the incoming air temperature. Let me just double check. What was that? So I can go to my list here and see if I can find it. It's underneath my thumb. IAT, intake air temperature, 73 degrees. MAF, mass airflow sensor, right? Mass absolute airflow sensor. TP, I cannot remember what that stands for, but I thought this part was kind of interesting. I've got the O2 sensor locations, and it's telling me that my O2 sensors are on bank 2 S4 and bank 2 S3, but then when I keep scrolling through this list, I don't see O2 information on bank 2 S3 and 4. I see it on O2 bank 1 S2 and O2 bank 1 S1. And not only that, I guess the sensors, that particular sensor reports both a voltage and a current, which you can see they're updating in real time. Then I have the equivalence ratio for 1:1, which would be the ratio for, I believe, again, bank B1 S1, and that number also kind of updates. So it gives me some good information about the O2 system, which I like. So now let's go back and see if we can graph some of this. So we're going to say, all right, we're going to have it show us what we can graph. Engine load percentage, again, RPM. Let's go and try. Oh, are these the only ones I can? These are the only ones. Okay. So RPM, I am currently stopped, but let's try this one. Can I graph multiple? I apparently can. I'm not going to do speed sensor. I'm not going to drive while I'm doing this. Let's do the airflow sensor. And now what? I hit the back button. Okay. So now I have this chart line moving in real time. I'm in neutral. So this is the RPM chart. All right, right now I'm at 2,000 RPM according to the dash. Oop, just dropped it a little bit. All right, 2,000 RPM. All right, cool. This is saying this is chart 1 of 2. So if I go down, oh, interesting. It didn't start charting that one until just now. Okay. Go back to this chart. Oh, and the chart cleared. All right. Well, I can understand that, I guess. Let's record data and let's see what we can record. And I don't know how long I can record for. So let's go back down to these O2 sensors. I'm going to say okay on that one and this one. I hit back. Oh, cool. Memory save slots. I guess slot 1. And there's a frame counter that is ticking up. I'm guessing that's taking snapshots. It looks like once every second. I go back. Let's play back. Memory slot 1. Okay, so now I can review this data step by step. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let's go back to an O2 sensor test. So it's giving just the two B1S1 and B1S2. Let's do the first one. Oh, the selected mode is not supported. Okay. Okay, I might have to Google that. Why is it not really giving me that information? Component test? Oh wait, maybe because the engine's on? What if I engine off? Let's do the EVAP leak test. Engine's off, but the key is still, oh, no, now the key is still in the on position. Selected mode is not supported. That's kind of annoying. I went back too far. Let's go try that O2 sensor test again. Back. O2 sensor. I think we're going to go try this on another car. Freeze frame. No freeze frame data stored. I guess I must have to go into live data, but I already recorded something. All right, probably need to read the documentation again. Battery. I guess quick and easy access to live battery data, which is kind of cool. Looks like we're currently sitting at 12.1 volts. Let's try starting the car and see. And now I am at 14 volts. charging. Good. Okay, all in all, I think this is a pretty neat little tool. Again, it was a YA201. You can find this thing on Amazon, and it's more than just a code reader and eraser tool. Being able to see the live data is pretty neat. In comparison, I did have at one point a Bluetooth OBD II dongle, OBD II dongle that would work with an app on your phone, but it was always a bit of a pain to pair the Bluetooth to the thing, and it didn't always work right. Hardwired plug-in, don't need your phone. You know what? Something to be said about that. That's kind of, it's good to have it as a dedicated device. When looking at the live data, that feature that it shows on screen lets you kind of crudely sort the data. So I can go down to, let's say I do care about these O2 sensors. If I am on this sensor and I press and hold, I'm now at the top of the list, and it brought it all the way up. So now I can come back down and grab the other one. Push and hold. And so now they're both at the top of the list. That way you can group the items that you care about all together without having to constantly scroll up and down. So that's a cool little feature. One thing I wish this had was when I'm on a particular item, let's say ECT, I now remember that that's engine coolant temperature, 190 degrees Fahrenheit, but it'd be pretty useful if I didn't have to rely on, you know, oh, what does ECT mean in the book, and I gotta go search for it. It's really fine print as well. It'd be neat if I could just maybe, I don't know, tap the OK button and have it show me, oh, that's engine coolant temperature. That would actually be a pretty neat feature. But yeah, let's go try this on the other car. Now in my Chevy Tahoe, and this is interesting. So plugged it in, car is on, and when it communicates, it finds two modules, the ECM, PCM, and then this module $07EA. Select it. I don't know what that module is. Okay, it only has a couple of things. There's the DTC. There is the malfunction indicator lamp. It says it's off, and then 0 voltage. Okay. The ECM module. Let's see what it has. All right, so this is the actual car. I wonder what that other thing is. So now let's just turn the car on. And we can see we've got, you know, again, all the same stuff as before on the Honda. This time we have much more information for the O2 sensor locations, and because of that, more sensors are reporting data. So here's all this data here. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more information that's being displayed. So I'm guessing that the computer of a more modern car has more information than the 2006 Honda Accord. Oh, one good thing about the device is that the setting was remembered for the units. It is not displaying data in Celsius, so that's cool. I wasn't sure how much memory this would retain or not. Yeah, so there's a lot more information here that I again have to dig into the manual to find out what do each of these codes mean, right, and kind of go through the list. Let me go back, because there was one thing I wanted to try, which was, you know, something like, well, let's look at the readiness. Everything's green, so that's good. Mode 6, what does this do? Okay, so now we can see some data. We've got information here that we weren't able to see before. So let's like select something. Oh wow, so okay. There's a whole lot more information here that the manual does not go into this stuff. So again, all of this would have to be, I guess, searched. O2 sensor test. Oh, I guess that's kind of where I was somehow. So that mode 6 was the same thing. Component test. Okay, that mode is not supported. All right, cool. It works with both cars, and again, it's great to have the ability to use this to not only scan for any codes that might be present, erase them, but also just to view the live data. So this device, the YA201, I know it's on Amazon for something like just over 20 bucks. I mean, there's tons of these kind of scanners and tools out there on the market. Get the one that works best for you. I want to keep using this one and see how it goes. If I ever run into some issue with it, I'll let you guys know and see where we can take it from there. But I think this is gonna be my preferred device going forward compared to the tools I had before. This is the other device I've had for quite a number of years, and I don't even remember where I got it, somewhere online. Autel MaxiScan MS300, but this is really, it's just a code reader. That's all it does. It even just tells you, you know, best solution to read and erase trouble codes on all 1996 and newer vehicles. That's really all it does. And, you know, simple display screen, but again, it's a plug-in module. It's just great for just looking at a code that might have triggered and then being able to erase it, clear it, you know, and just kind of look up a little bit more information, but very small display. So yeah, this guy is going to go into storage. Not needed now that I've got this new device. Better screen, much more information, live data. The live data is really cool. I'm definitely really liking that, especially being able to see voltages and current going through the various sensors, because I have a feeling that that's going to be pretty useful in figuring out what might be going wrong. Good luck troubleshooting.